Life can be pretty hard if you're a monster born with a crab claw eyeball arm. Just walking down the street, you get all sorts of weird looks and people just stare.
What the heck?
And this is our review of
Megsmonster, Lost Memories.
I'd like to thank the publisher for providing me a review copy of the game.
It was developed and self-published by
Odencat. The game released 2 years ago to Xbox, PC, and Switch, and the new prequel DLC pack just arrived for $4.99. Megsmonster is a simple game, and I'm okay with that. It really doesn't pretend to be anything more than a retro turn-based battler with a heavy storyline. I did say the storyline is heavy with this one, didn't I? Because it is. I went into the game skimming the description, glancing at a few screenshots, and knowing that they just released DLC for this game, so it's gotta be good, right? The general gameplay here resembles something like Earthbound on the SNES, with the majority of the gameplay here involving reading through pages of conversations detailing one girl's journey through the Underworld. The turn-based combat breaks up the monotony of the unending strings of text, which even this only occurs in limited scripted events. You never have the opportunity to grind XP or gain the upper hand. This was initially offsetting, as after a few failures, I saw it was an intentional design decision to force the player to choose specific patterns of guarding, healing, and attacking to make it through each battle. After a few tries, the sequence will become apparent, and you'll make your way through it. The art style here and familiar 90s trope navigation and interface is both comforting and unsettling. My kids wouldn't even stay in the same room long enough for me to explain the gameplay, and even if the wife asked me if I was ever going to play the game, as all she saw was screens filled with text. And for those strong-willed gamers out there who can make it past these points, there is a deep and emotional storyline to experience here. The recently released DLC expands the storyline with 5 separate storylines that serve as a prelude to the original story, detailing each of the characters' backstory, which I suppose is awesome for anyone who's deeply involved in Megsmonster lore. Which, my gosh, who is this mystery audience? Is it you? Is it you? Anyone?
Anyone?
Lost Memories declares itself as a prequel to the original game, focusing on the backstories for each of the characters, detailing their journey into the Underworld. Most players will probably burn through this DLC in a single sitting, about 2 hours, all depending on your reading speed, because if you thought the vanilla game had a lot of text, oh damn! These 5 stories have little to no interactive sequences at all, which I really found unnerving, as I wasn't really founded in the original storyline. I probably would have enjoyed this short little playthrough in my youth, like on the NES, for like a weekend rental, like 40 years ago. Because they've built a neat little world here full of interesting characters and stories. I just think it'd be better suited for maybe the Nintendo Switch over my 4K display in my living room. Obviously, this is aimed at a very niche market, and for those of you in that boat, you don't need my advice. But the DLC adds no additional achievements, and once you ran through it, I don't see any replay value in this one. So here's my advice, pick up the original if it's on sale for some quick, easy achievements and a cute little emotional narrative experience. Your mileage may vary, and for what it's worth, we gave Megsmonsters and the Lost Memories 3
beans out of 5.
Yeah, well, that wraps up that review right there. Here's some notes I took. Where I put the keys to the tractor.
So, we make these new review videos every week, so if you're an indie developer or there's something you want to see,
I'm going to be ramping up and slamming multiple titles a week through the end of the year.
let us know your thoughts and recommendations in the comments down below. Be sure to visit again next week.
As we continue to take humorous stabs at some of the industry's new and upcoming titles.
Island Pirates.
Stay safe out there. We'll see you next time on The Frog.